Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Nikki and welcome to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm joined by Jax. I'm not sure if you guys can see him. Here's his cute little face. Sorry, bud. Anyway, I'm a new grad labor and delivery nurse going through a nurse residency program in my hospital, and I started a couple months ago in August. So I guess that's more than a couple months ago. Anyway, I thought that I would start this channel to share my experiences with fellow new grad nurses and nursing students hoping to get ahead in their career. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. So the purpose of today's video is to kind of tell you guys what I wish I knew going into the NCLEX, kind of walking you guys through the application process and the ATT and all that stuff, telling you guys all of that I was really confused about when I was signing up for the NCLEX. So I wanted to share that information with you, as well as little tips and tricks and what I think is important to know going into the NCLEX. This is going to be very basic, but hopefully it'll give you a little bit of an idea. And if you guys want me to make a more in-depth video about any of the topics that I talk about here, please let me know by commenting down below and I will be sure to do that. So my first piece of advice is to get started early. In this, I mean with the administrative stuff. So like make your account with Pearson and with your state board of nursing, because no one at my school told me to do that. It could have saved me some confusion and time. So there are two accounts that you have to make, one with your state board of nursing and the second one with Pearson VUE, and I'll show you exactly what you do. So what you're gonna do is just type in your state, in my case, New Jersey Board of Nursing, BON for short. The first link that shows up should be the one that you need. If not, just look through it and make sure that you're clicking on the right link. What I would do is find something like this, like the process overview, which every state board of nursing should have. Click on that and that's going to tell you exactly what you need to know. Scroll down, it says when to apply. This is something that I wish I knew. Students may apply 2 months before graduation. I applied probably like the week of my graduation, but anyway, that doesn't matter anymore. So now that you know that, I would strongly recommend that you get this out of the way, because this is all like busy work that you can get done before poop hits the fan. Where to apply, like I was telling you, there are two applications that you need to fill out. One is for your state's Board of Nursing and two is for Pearson VUE. So this is telling you exactly what is required of your application. One is the online application, and then there are a number of documents that you need to upload to the application to complete it. That includes a passport style photo, which you can get from Walgreens or CVS, a birth certificate or passport, name change documents or immigration documents if that applies to you, and then a criminal history background check. The criminal history background check, they will send you instructions on how to complete that either through the mail or email after you submit your application, and that's going to include going somewhere to go get your fingerprints taken so that they can run your background check. So for number 4, the letter of nursing program completion, that really falls on your nursing school. Your nursing school will send your letter of completion to the Board of Nursing after they process your graduation. And then lastly, number 8, the easiest one of them all, right? Successful completion of the NCLEX. So now that you familiarized yourself with the application process, I would encourage you to start the application by going here and clicking on online application. So obviously I already have an account with them. So what you would do is, if you wish to apply for a professional license, click here. I don't really want to get too far into this because obviously this is very specific to the New Jersey application process, but you get the point. Now you know that. So you're going to fill out your Board of Nursing application, and then New Jersey makes it easy and puts the Pearson VUE application right there. You're going to go there, you're going to click on register for the NCLEX and then register. And like I said, you can always register for your Pearson VUE account well before you get your ATT. So that way, once your school sends through your letter of completion, you will get your email saying you have your ATT and you can log right in and schedule your test. The other thing to keep in mind here is all of the fees, and they can really add up. The first one is your application fee, and that also goes along with your license fee. And the license is $120, which you have to reimburse renew every 2 years. And then on top of that, you have to pay Pearson VUE $200 to take the test. My next piece of advice is to just do the 100 questions every day. I know that's what you hear everywhere, but that's what I did, and I really do feel like it helped. 100 questions really isn't that many questions if you just do 100. And whatever platform that's on, I personally did not buy UWorld, which I did fine without. I used ATI, which I know I hated ATI in nursing school, but listen, it got me through and it got me to pass the NCLEX, so I can't really complain at the end of the day. So I know you can use ATI, Kaplan, UWorld, whatever you want, but my point is just do it. If you don't have the money to buy UWorld, which I really didn't at the end of nursing school, don't buy it. There's so many free platforms that you can take questions on that I don't think that UWorld is necessary. Of course it helps and it organizes everything very conveniently, but are you gonna fail if you don't use UWorld? No. So whatever platform you choose to do your questions on, just do the 100 questions. If you're doing them on the go, just always read the rationales. And what I did when I was actually sitting down and studying is write down the rationales. Like, you don't have to write down every single rationale for every single question if you knew that answer and you feel like you got it down. That's, I feel like, where I tend to waste a lot of my time, writing down notes on things that I already know. So if you guessed on the question and you got it right, still write down the rationale so that you know that next time you see that topic, you will actually know the answer. And then obviously if you got the question wrong, write down the rationale. Now, my third piece of advice is to hone in on your test taking strategies, because you're going to study as much as you can. You just spent however long in nursing school. I did an accelerated program, so it was only 12 months, but imagine like you went through a whole 4-year program. You know your stuff, and at the end of the day, you're not going to remember every single thing that's going to show up on the test. And that's where I think test taking strategies really come into play, and I use them for every single question, even if I was fairly confident. So through our school, at the end of the program, we did a comprehensive review with ATI, and it ended up being over Zoom because of COVID. But anyway, honestly, I wasn't really paying attention during like the review of the actual topics, but I feel like the test taking strategies that they brought up were actually helpful, and I used them in the NCLEX. So if you can find a good source for test taking strategies, definitely don't write them off. If you're interested, let me know in the comments down below and I can go into more detail with all of the test taking strategies that I really relied on. My next piece of advice is to plan ahead. In this, I mean, know where you're taking the test, know how long it's going to take you, know exactly what you need to bring, know what time you need to leave in the morning, make sure you know what you want to eat for breakfast that day, all that stuff, because you're going to be a wreck. That morning, I literally cried in the car on the way to the test. I couldn't tell you why. I was just so nervous. I couldn't believe it was the day that I was taking my NCLEX. So you're going to have a lot of nerves. You're going to be very anxious. There's not anything really that I can tell you that's going to stop that from happening. But if you eliminate some of the small stressors that are going to emphasize your anxiety, I think that'll help. Lastly, I would just say you got this. Year to date, NCLEX passing rates are 90.96%. So practically 91% chance that you're going to pass the NCLEX. So you got this. You've been working towards this your entire nursing school career, and this is just the final step. Just tell yourself that you got through nursing school. Like, nursing school was way harder than the NCLEX. I cried so many times I can't even count. So you got this. You've been working so hard for this, and it's all about to come true. I took the test back in April when the minimum was only 60 questions because they got rid of their 15 pilot questions that were in every NCLEX. So hopefully if you take any of my advice in this video, I can help you pass in 60 or 75 questions as well.